Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another video review. Today we're going to be looking at a third-party figure, the BTT 01 Metamorphic Universe deformable vehicle. I'm trying to remember, it's I believe Bad Troop Toys is what BTT is. But yeah, we got some artwork of Bumblebee here, and I can't really put my finger on why, but for some reason this artwork strikes me as feminine. I'm not entirely sure why. Nothing on the top, just the logos, and there's the QR code for the instructions. The link was broken for me, so it didn't really do any good, and there's no physical instructions. But yeah, there's the box. Moving on to the actual figure here. A very impressive piece, actually. I have enjoyed messing around with him a little bit. A very nice, very reflective yellow they got there. It's not metallic, but it does have a nice sheen to it. Some nice silver details and lots of spots on the feet, the wheels, thighs. Nicely sculpted grill. Do get some bright blue paint there on the eyes. Do have quite a bit of hinges here in the wings, so you can pose them pretty much however you want, really. Go over articulation here. As far as the arms, we do get some up and down at this joint right here, so you do get some nice movement there. Shoulders can do a full 360. There is a little bit of collision there, but you can work around it. Don't think that the shoulder piece does move okay. It does move up a little bit. We do have a bit of a restricted elbow. It's under 90 degrees, but it does get a little bit of back motion. And we do get a bicep swivel. As far as the wrist, I do believe it's on a ball joint. We do get plenty of movement in that wrist. We do have a ball jointed thumb, and the fingers are, interestingly, the base of the fingers is one piece, but the tips of the fingers are individually articulated. So you do get at least some posability there in those hands. See if we... I'm pretty sure we get a waist. Yeah, there it is. Get a nice waist rotation. And let's see, we can kick very far forward and kick about that far back before things start colliding and popping other things out of place. Let's see, we do get some splits, not a ton because of collision, but it is there. And we do get a very sophisticated knee joint. You can see all those parts moving there. There's that. It gets about 90-ish degrees. As far as the feet go, we do get plenty of motion there. The feet are on ball joints. We do get up and down at the toe if you so choose to do that. So there is plenty of range for posability in those feet. So that is nice. There are plenty of movement in the chest pieces around here as well, mostly for transformation, but you can use that to fiddle around with it. Again, the wings are on multiple hinges. There's a hinge, swivel, and this can open and close, and then this is also on a hinge. So you get plenty of motion in those wings for whatever you want. And the tires can fold back and whatnot, however you so choose. They can kind of tuck here against the doors if you so choose. That's what I like to do with them. But yeah, for a quick size comparison, there he is next to the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. So he's got some good size to him. I do not have any of the other movie masterpiece Bumblebees, unfortunately, because I haven't gotten them yet, so I can't really compare them. I have at least pre-ordered the 07 movie one that Takara's going to reissue, so hopefully I'll be able to do maybe at least a comparison shot and post that later. But moving on, we do get some accessories here in the clamshell, and there they go, falling all over the place. So go ahead and take these out. So we do get 2 arm cannons, 2 wrist blades, and where'd it go? And a battle mask. Now the battle mask isn't like the most secure thing, but it does at least hold on. You can sort of see how it slides into this slot right here, and you just basically want to clasp that over his face. You can see it sort of doesn't really stick there, and it does just kind of fall off, but it is a thing you can do, which, you know, options are good. Yeah, it's not going to go any more secure than that. Oh, I also forgot to mention his antenna do move. So there's that. And as far as both of the wrist blades, they just have these little holes in them, and there is a little peg on the back of the wrist. It's hard to see because it's black, but you just can peg that on there, and it's on both sides. Same with the guns, they work on both sides. As for the gun, what you want to do is you want to ball up his fingers into a fist, pull the thumb down, and then we want to take this tab, and it's going to peg into his arm right above this silver part. So a little slot there. And now he's got his hand cannon. And if you're wondering if you can do both at the same time, I'm pretty sure that's a yes, because they tab on different sides of his arm. So yeah, plenty of options there. As far as the overall quality of the figure, I went over that a little bit in my first impressions video. His plastic feels very solid. His transformation is engaging and fun. The only issue I had was with one of these lower wing pieces. The black part here just kept popping off, so I glued him into place. But other than that, yeah, like, he feels very solid. So I think that's about it for discussing the robot mode here. Again, it looks very nice, and I love how many different details they put into this guy. Like, you can see they even sculpted his back. He's got nice paint details even on the back of his legs. He's got these like light copper pieces. You know, he's got silver decals. Like, he's just really, really good. I know that they have an Optimus on pre-order, which I had already put an order in for. So I'm really looking forward to that now, because I'm incredibly impressed with this. Just incredibly impressed. But we'll go ahead and start the transformation now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to unball his hand. Come on. And we're going to bring the thumb out to the side like so. Bring the thumb out, straighten out his hands. Then what we're going to do is we're going to sort of just extend all these hinges on the doors back. Going to close that up and rotate that, and then this panel here we're going to flip down. Second verse, same as the first, rinse and repeat, whatever your preferred phrase is. Just want to get those all set up. So to bring these tires out to the side. Then what we're going to do is going to bring these chest pieces forward a little bit, and then going to come under here, just kind of get his arms out of the way, and we're going to bring these pieces out to the side. Same with these little yellow bits here. just pull this whole bit forward, and that's gonna untab his torso parts. One thing to remember is that you do need to sort of accordion these hip pieces up flat against the leg, just so that they will fit into the car mode properly. Anyway, coming back here, we want to bring this back piece down, and then we want to come under here and flip this whole bit up. And as you can see, that's the hood of the car. Then just bring this down a little bit, and now we're gonna move these arms again a little bit. Want to start straightening out all the parts of the hood. So we want to straighten these pieces out like so, and just sort of get these front headlight pieces pulled out as far to the side as we can. Then going to push this whole assembly up. Just want to get this out from under there like so. And we can fold these pieces back up. And then we want to come back here to this black panel here. I'm gonna kind of need to make sure I'm gripping it at the right point. There we go. Like so. Just bring that up and out. Then we can sort of bring his head down as we bring that whole assembly forward. And it does get a little sticky here, so you just kind of want to wiggle some pieces around until you get that to scoot forward. And try and get these out to the side, maybe that's why. There we go. Get that whole bit up there. Now that we have that done, we can rotate these pieces around. Rotate them around, and you do want to leave them a little bit forward because they're not ready to tab in just yet. But coming back here to the back, you want to fold out these two pieces here, and those will be parts of the windshield. And you'll want to fold out these lights on the back part here, and we'll worry about getting that whole thing connected in a bit. But now we want to fold the arms down and under, and this is pretty much the only really finicky part, is dealing with the arms. But you want to bring the arms down, and then you want to take this piece on the shoulder. You're going to sort of rotate it up and flip it around, and then you're going to grab this piece right here. It's sort of hard to see, but it's going to fold out, and it's the rest of the wheel well. Come on, stop wiggling. And then we're going to rinse and repeat. Just bring this around. That twisted the wrong way. I think I swung it the wrong way. Yeah, there we go. Bring that out and around. Then just sort of want to get this front of the bumper, starting to line that up. And then we can close this part of the bumper in. And there are little tabs on this silver part of his chest that you want to be mindful of, just because they do have to sort of wrap around and clip in. And I don't know if there's anything you're supposed to do with these. I haven't been able to figure anything out. They wiggle around a little bit, but they don't seem to like slide away and store or anything. These pieces here. But there we go. Just angle this out a little bit as we bring this in. Come on. Come on, you. Did that work? I don't know. Say, try and close this all up. No, not quite yet. Getting closer. There we go, just get that all adjusted so it all starts tapping together. Then these wheel wells you can push in. They're not going to stay yet, but you can at least get them into position. And the really most finicky part, it's really hard to even show because it's hard to see it all, but these pieces have a little tab that goes into that little slot on this part right here. You can see the slot, but yeah, getting those to like wiggle into place can be a real pain in the butt, and that's the most finicky part. Sometimes getting the arms underneath the car or out from underneath the car can be a little bit of a pain, but for some reason this is just like the hardest part of the transformation, and I don't really know why. But yeah, just try and get that all lined up as best I can. Okay. Yep, I had that one in, but now it's popping itself back out too. Stay in place. Okay. And then once, crap, I totally forgot. Gotta bring that up. Get this. I totally messed that up. I forgot. I'm supposed to fold the wheel under and then gotta get the wheel under and then fold out the wheel well. Otherwise it won't be able to slide past. I done goofed. I done goofed. Okay. Get these wheel wells back out. I'm gonna put this camera a little lower. Okay. Then once we get these wheels back into place, which again is pretty much the most annoying part. Come on. And like this part isn't even like that terrible, it's just kind of slightly annoying. Like once you get it in there, it's in there pretty most of the time. Alright. Get these wings out. And then the wheels have a little tab right here. It's under my finger. And that actually goes into the little armature for these bumper, wheel well, fender, whatchamacallit parts as it pops out of place. Again. And try and get, kind of have to feel for it. There we go. Yep, see, that's pretty much the worst part, is getting that to stay. There's that. And then the arms themselves will tab in here in a minute. But now that we got all that, we just kind of want to get these doors out of the way. And now we can start on his legs. And the legs are actually pretty interesting. So first things first, we are going to untab these heels. And then we want to bring this side panel off, like so. Just bring that out of the way. Just lift these silver parts just to get them out of the way. Excuse me. And then we want to bring these wheels up. Now we can unfold this whole bit And then we want to bring the toes, or rotate the foot around like so. Then we want to rotate this whole bottom part like so. Then we can slide the foot, or the toe rather, down on, it's on this armature, and it's sort of hard to, here, let me show you on this side. Yeah, this little armature, and you're basically going to slide it up on that here in a bit. Then we want to lift up this piece, and then want to get this whole part, and pretty sure it's tabbed in somewhere. There we go. And we bring it up on this little die cast armature, and we're going to bring it out and then around, and you can see it's starting to form the back of the car. Then we want to bring this up on this rotation here, and you're going to sort of squeeze that up against it, and then we want to bring this whole assembly, will rotate around like so. Come on. Why are you catching? Oh, right. I know why it's catching. Crap. Crap. Come on. Fold this part out. It's a little bit of a softer plastic, but it's still pretty strong, pretty sturdy. But yeah, we want to sort of get that whole bit around. Then we rotate this down, and then there's a peg on the back of this that's going to go into this little slot right here, and we just want to get all that sort of squished together and lined up and yada yada. Trying to get this, and you want to make sure that you don't force these hinges. They have to go a certain way just so that they don't scratch and warp or anything. And try and get this all tabbed together. There we go. Okay, alright, cool. Looks like that just went in on its own. And bring this piece down, fold that under, fold that back up. And again, the wheel has a little tab right here that'll go into a little slot that's molded in here. Then this little tab right here is going to go into this little slot here. Oh, almost forgot. Need to fold this back down under there. And there is a little tab on top and a little slot in the back of that yellow bit. And just get that back in there. Come on, cooperate. Cooperate with me. Okay, you're not cooperating. Need to squish things together. Okay. Everything should be lined up. There we go. And then as for this heel piece, you want to bring that around, and you're going to sort of fold it under like this and bring it down like that. And now we just got to do the same for the other leg. Oh, right. bring that out, and then bring that out, and then bring this, and then bring this. Bring this up and around. Rotate this. Get this underneath. Get that around. Bring that whole bit down. Just get this whole thing brought together. Like, no. Oh no. Oh no. What'd I do? Oh, thank goodness, that's just a tab. Oh. I thought I broke something. Which would really suck, because this is like actually a really cool figure. I would really prefer for it not to break. Come on. For some reason my hands are starting to get really tired. There we go. Yeah, see, it didn't just pop in on its own this time. Gotta squeeze that up into there. There we go. And then, yeah, for the toes, you kind of want to make sure that they're compressed in as much as you can. So you fold this piece back under. Make sure that knee and everything is all straightened out. Now we just need to get this whole thing sorted again. Get that under there. There we go. Get that tabbed in. Wrap that around. Bring that under. Now we can bring these lights together. Just want to make sure I do a double check on these feet being squeezed in, because if they aren't all the way in, it'll make the bumper sort of resist tabbing together. Okay, I think it's good. It looks like it's good. Alright. Now we want to take this and just sort of line this up. So there is these two tabs right here under my finger. They'll go right into that little hole there. And then these two little tabs will go into the top of the windshield. And doesn't seem like it wants to quite sit securely yet. Okay, we'll try and get these arms in place first then. Sorry, stupid camera decided my video was running too long. Anyway, on the arm here, there's a little slot, and then there's a little tab right here. And that's where the arms plug in underneath. So we just want to get that up and under there. Make sure that that tabs in. Make sure that top windshield is put together to get this to peg in here. It doesn't really seem to want to. There we go. Make sure that's all squozen. Then for the doors, we're going to fold the doors in like this and bring this like so. And then we're going to push this whole thing forward like that. And that will form that bit here. And do this on the same way. Make sure those doors are clipped together. And then the top of the doors have these little pegs that go into these wee holes, and this has come apart again. But yeah, you just sort of want to get that in there. And there's also a little slot and tab here at the base. Yeah, see, slot, and then the tab is, or the slot's in the door. And, oh, come on. Get that all in there. I do wish a couple of these pieces that form the roof of the car were a little bit tighter at the joint, just because they tend to move around when you're trying to peg them all together. So yeah, apparently super glue doesn't fix this. Because that is the third time I've tried gluing that into place, and it just keeps popping off. Oh, fold that under, I forgot about that. But yeah, okay, yeah, the feet aren't cooperating, are they? But yeah, there you have the car mode. And it does look a little annoying without that little black strip on the bottom. It looks a little less complete, but I'm probably just going to tear the other one off because super gluing it isn't working. And it's still some gaps here on the roof. But yeah, that's more or less his vehicle mode. And it rolls very well, as you can see. Yeah, the transformation is a little finicky, but it's usually not super frustrating. I mean, it's definitely not perfect, and hopefully your piece does not continually fall off, because yeah, I've super glued this 3 times, I'm not even kidding. That's really annoying, so I'm just gonna do that now. There. Now it's at least symmetrical. Now, I would definitely have to say that the car mode is the weaker of the two. I mean, it's kind of obvious, like you can see his arms, like even from the side, they're just kind of hanging there. And you can see his head. It does look nice, you know, like from the front and stuff. You know, it's definitely not poorly sculpted or anything, but yeah, the car mode doesn't like to sit together as quite as well. But I usually display my guys in robot mode anyway, but yeah. And as far as storage, I'm not sure because I don't have any actual instructions, but I think, yeah, it looks like you can do this. And then as far as the blades go, I don't know if there's anything you can do with those. I suppose you can always, nope, that doesn't fit. Maybe there's something along the bumper? No, not seeing anything. Yeah, like if I had the instructions I might be able to say, but I know you can at least do this. So there's that. And I imagine you could probably leave this on during transformation, but it's that's the thing. But let's go ahead and do a quick size comparison. Anyway, here he is again with the Deluxe Studio Series Bumblebee. And you can see his yellow is a bit darker, maybe a tad more orange. But overall, still pretty similar in design. Well, very much the same. I mean, anyway, also apparently I missed a memo, but apparently those parts are just supposed to be on the bottom of the car. Maybe I need to go watch that movie again. Because, yeah, the parts on the bottom of the car are pretty much the same. But, yeah. Nom nom nom. Yeah, there's your size comparisons. But yeah, overall, I'd recommend this. Again, the transformation is a bit fiddly. It's not the worst thing ever. I don't hate it. Those parts popping off definitely irritated me a fair bit, but I think that's understandable. Overall, well sculpted, very well painted, feels very sturdy. Again, the reason these popped off is because this little bit and this little bit are all that's holding them on, and it's just not enough. They really should have been molded in and maybe just paint this stripe. Yeah, this stripe piece that was along the bottom should have just been painted or something instead of making that a separate piece. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this guy, and I do recommend it. I think I'd give it 8.5. I think 8.5 feels fair, because the transformation is fiddly and it can be annoying. It's not horrendous. It's not something that I transform once and I'm you're just gonna sit on the shelf. I have played with this guy a bit, and yeah, I think this is probably, out of all the bumblebees I have, it might be one of my favorite bumblebees. But to be fair, it is also probably my most expensive bumblebee aside from the Lego one, but it's a Lego one, it's a little different. So yeah, there is that. If there's a place to store the swords, do let me know. I imagine there is, but like I said, I couldn't get the transformation instructions to load, so I really don't know what I'm missing out here. I basically had to figure out the transformation in reverse by watching someone else's video, because they did it from car to robot, and he comes packed in robot mode. But yeah, overall, I do like this, and I think that's about it for this review. So I think I'm going to go ahead and thank you all for watching. I hope you like enough to subscribe, hit like, all that good stuff. Really does help me out. I know everybody says it. There's a reason why. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.